What's up, guys? A few more minutes before market open. Main watches for today: Amazon, Tesla, Qualcomm. Those are providing the best setups, especially if you're looking at the daily chart. Palantir looks pretty good too. If we can get above 138.55, we do have the daily 9 right below, so we'll see what happens. Just gotta make sure my contracts are there. So Qualcomm, Amazon, Tesla, SPY, QQQ. Actually, AMD looks pretty good too. Yeah, we can pull back to, I guess, previous day high. It's pretty high up though already. So that's already all-time highs. So we will see. Got my futures account ready too. To be honest, it's more looking at the footprint charts and the imbalances more than actually trading it, to be honest. Alright, 2 more minutes. Getting some SMT here, so might expect some downside since we swept London highs on ES but not NQ, and we're actually rejecting Asia. Alright, market is open. Let's see if we can hold pre-market high on Tesla. AMD new all-time high. Amazon is holding the VWAP. Would like to see a break and retest over previous day high on Amazon. Wow. Thank you, ripped. Alright, let's see what our swings are at. 102%. Alright, I'm gonna trim one here. Good swing. Yeah, Qualcomm held previous day high. Would have been a good risk reward getting calls right at the open. What I was saying in pre-market with the SMT, if we can close above London high, that really eliminates any kind of bearish buys with the SMT. But that doesn't mean that we can't pull back. So let's see. Let's see how we react at London highs on NQ. That's the key area. Alright, currently above Amazon's previous day high. Let's take a look at the contracts. 270 is pretty good. This is our volume stopper candle, so we can get above 269 and hold. That would be our entry. This is consolidating a little bit more than the other tickers I'm watching though, but just looking for a good entry on a Friday. Getting some rejection here. We're rejecting on the indices. We don't have a lower wick on this one yet, though. Tesla was nice. Damn, Qualcomm. Swing is at 111%. I'm not sure if I even want to set a stop, to be honest. definitely elevated on Amazon. That's why I definitely do want to see better confirmation. Looks like we are getting our 5-minute range solidified. Palantir rejected previous day high. Rejection of previous day high on Tesla, but we are at the 1 candle rule. Let's see. Going on a lower time frame. Yeah, I don't like this. Even on a lower time frame, basically creating an inverse fair value gap here. Just accumulation phase right now. We're not seeing any kind of displacement on Amazon, so no entry just yet. And we are escalated on the indices, so just need to look for a good entry. Probably won't take a trade until after 9:45, after the 15-minute opening range is laid out. People are really slapping the ask on ES, so we need to see if they do get rewarded or not. If they do not, that's a pretty bad sign. My draw on liquidity is definitely higher. So it's good that we are in those SPY swings. We're at 136%. I mean, it was only just one more runner. I had 10 contracts, I think 10 contracts yesterday, but took 8 off because I didn't want to swing the whole position. Alright, let's see if we can get some acceptance on Amazon at previous day high. Tesla, I'm looking for a retest at this 422 level. Ideally, we actually break down below, manipulate below, back down to like say 420, and then go back up. But seeing this candle right here at 936 is not good for long entry. Not until that at least gets inversed. Amazon's showing some strength, so have those orders up. Just waiting. Looks like buyers really stepped in there and then they got rejected right after. If you look at the volume right there. Yeah, so just accumulating. No entries on anything yet. Yeah, Palantir and Qualcomm are looking pretty good, especially Qualcomm. Netflix not doing much, but let me see how Nvidia's doing. It's actually a nice retest, nice break and retest on the Qs right here. All right. This was the candle where I said that there was a lot of buyers that showed strength, and then we have a lot of sellers that showed strength right here. So let's see who wins. Cumulative delta is in favor of the bears there. Amazon showing relative strength since everything else is kind of pulling back. Try and get a confirmation. Still nothing. Qualcomm pulling back. Palantir still rallying. There's a little bit of an imbalance here, right? I mean, it is pre-market though, so I don't put too much weight on it, but around that 419 to 418 level. This is all structural demand right here though, so let's see if that holds, or we manipulate through to get liquidity in order to move back higher. Yeah, this is looking better in pre-market, but not as much now. But we are creating equal highs with the double top on previous day high. So because of that, I would like a retracement back to the daily 9 probably, 418, 419 for longs. We're definitely in the accumulation phase on Amazon, so I would like to see a manipulation leg down before any kind of calls. Would think that, yep, indexes are in sync with that right now. No change in market structure yet. We are still bullish until otherwise, so we will stay patient. Let me see if there's any news catalysts coming up today. Yeah, nothing. Consumer sentiment at 10 a.m., so in 15 minutes. Could wait for that. Still nothing really. Alright, have our 15-minute opening range now. So currently the 15-minute range, the new 15-minute candle is opening up with a devil's mark on ES, as in that there's no lower wick, which is a point where we could return to. Where's my... Getting to a decent value area on Tesla. Still would want the 419 or some sort of reclaim with a market structure shift. Qualcomm is definitely strong. Yeah, not much action yet. Pretty much near that gap fill. Don't really want to short, but I should put a stop on my runner. This is at I'll do it for 3 for 100%-ish. Yeah, stop is at 3. Oh, here's our manipulation leg. Hopefully. Alright, let's see if we can get a reclaim back above 268. Either way, looking for 270s. Would like to see us get back above that 268.86 level to be back in the range to get basically a confirmation that this was a manipulation leg. I'm definitely not going to play a short, I don't think, because my bias on Amazon is definitely bullish based on higher time frame structure. Getting back down to the Asia highs. Alright, a runner hit stop. We do have the daily 9 below. I think a lot of it's going to depend on how futures react to London and Asia levels right now. We can see that there's no displacement, it's just all chop. Look at all these candles. We're in a pretty tight range still. Kind of even on ES for cumulative delta, so really no one's really in much control. Qualcomm is definitely really strong. Yeah, this was the chart. Basically, we held the daily 9, so getting back above previous day high was the kind of the sign. Alright, so this is our first fair value gap that we even have on Amazon, which is bearish. So if we do inverse this, then I'd be bullish, but for now, we just wait. Yeah, all these candles are pretty shitty. There's no volume. It is a Friday right before a long weekend, so the morning sessions probably are all you're going to get in terms of trade opportunity anyway. We're currently holding this 5-minute fair value gap. This is what I was talking about earlier, where the previous 15-minute candle, when it was first forming, right, had a devil's mark because we only got a solid green candle with no lower wick. So now we do have a lower wick. But just for that, that's not really a valid trade entry. Have some diverging cumulative delta too. You can see here on ES that we are on an uptrend, so buyers are in control on ES, but Nasdaq's the opposite way around. We are in a downtrend. Buyers are stepping in on SPY. Alright, looks like people are stopping to ask. Getting increased buying volume here. We can get a close in 1 sec. Yep. I was just gonna say, right here, that 10 o'clock candle, we did inverse this 4-hour fair value gap and got closure above it. Just a sign of some additional strength. I'm actually gonna get rid of it now. Nice wick there. Starting to see some volume come in. Alright, let's see what this does. Need volatility and need volume to really have some sort of conviction on any kind of move. Thing is, we do have this gap to fill. Not sure if it's going to or not, but something that's notable. This kind of goes back to the fact that a lot of buyers were stepping in earlier. They all got smoked. Alright, getting a lot of negative delta. Let's see if sellers can get rewarded. Equities are not doing the same. Mentioned in pre-market at 74.54 was my, which is all the way down here. It's my preferred long entry. That's very far down from where we are right now. Still no real market structure shifts on any kind of higher time frame. Still in an uptrend. We got a lot of buying volume right there. We didn't hit our 15-minute or below yet either. Preferably we sweep that. Alright, getting a reclaim on Tesla, which is nice. Amazon's looking bullish. Definitely eyeing Tesla for calls. Liking this volume here. Could have had a better entry. Can we get a pullback? The thing I don't like about this Tesla play is the fact that the futures are selling off. And there's a pop. Still nothing. Pop that kind of got sold into with like no volume, which means it's lacking some continuation. Like, this candle structure isn't as clean as I would have liked. Alright, good no play. Alright, let's see, we hold here. We got the 15-minute orb level that I was waiting for. Let's see if we can get a sweep. A reclaim back above. We're getting SMT. Kind of. Alright, let's see if we can inverse this. Still not much volume even on 2. Qualcomm is really strong. Looks like we are reclaiming the 15-minute orb, at least for now. Late longs coming into the picture. Alright, I'm gonna get in some calls and a long.
Order filled.
Stop below. We didn't get a market structure shift yet though, so that's why I'm not in the options contracts yet. Does this close? Yeah, it did. Basically reclaiming previous day high if this holds. Volume stopper candle is right there. Closing above this would be our change in state of delivery. Did have a change in state of delivery already on NQ. SPY looking a little bit stronger. Now we can go XPX. I started with one. No, let's make that two. Qs are moving nicely. Let's get up to 15-minute orb high if we can. Tesla got a nice reclaim and a bounce. We're getting the inverse fair value gap potentially on Amazon. Alright. So we got this reclaim. It's about here. For a nice push here. Damn. That was a good reclaim. I wasn't watching it. So I'm still watching these futures. Just stalling a little bit. I still like it. Let's see if we get an opportunity to even scale into. Only issue also that I see is that we didn't get much of a displacement back up, at least on a 1 minute chart. Alright, we don't have any fair value gap here. But it is good risk reward. I mean, let's look at the VIX and SPX. We didn't exactly hit previous day high yet. That's the other issue, and we are trading into the bearish fair value gap. Yes, that's why I am sized a little bit on the lighter side today, at least for this trade.
stopped asking for forgiveness. Cause you should know only fools tread where the angels fear to go, but you keep trying to get too close. Save myself by turning into stone. So save your judgment cause you just don't know. But some things never change, never change.
Let's see, what are we at?
They say I should feel
Basically break even, just slightly red.
leaving crumpled bodies in my wake. Swear I didn't mean to make them break. But they're so delicate and so mundane, and they keep coming like a moth to a flame. Oh, some things never change, never change. You'll break your back to make me feel again.
Solars are trying pretty hard right now. Alright, gotta stop out on this. Let's see if you can get back in. So we're still holding. Qs are actually stronger. Let's see if we try this again. A little bit premature, but we did finally get this. Part of it is anticipation that this does become an inverse fair value gap, mainly because of the hold on the 15-minute orb and also Asia levels. So my cost base is 790. Still in a downtrend on Amazon. This might stop me out again. I'll stop out. We get a close, close below here. So we are getting some divergence. Here's that previously high level too. That says stop actually, which will probably hit. Yeah, we're not getting any continued follow through, and the bearish fair value get what's getting respected. Tesla is still very strong. That's the original trade. I'm still liking Amazon though. That's why it's weird, because we have some equities, and that's why it's very choppy right now, because we have some equities that are selling off, some of them are rallying, like Tesla, but overall it's not helping the indices. It's gonna get stopped out. Yep. Alright, so we wait. Again. Yeah, I think what's looking like... Oh, that's some good volume there. I think what's looking like is that we really do want to at least tap the previous day high on SPX. But we do have a gap below. We also have room to daily 9 on the VIX. Good stops. Probably got stopped out on my futures too, or about to. Unless we somehow create some SMT there. Do you have divergence still? We actually do not have any more divergence that was present previously. Do have some equal lows down there too.
Searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way.
Oh, there was some news that Fed uh Fed signals rate hikes are back on the table. That's some negative bearish catalyst right there.
Stopfield.
Oh, we're at this critical break and retest level on NQ. Right? We are.
The birds have just begun. We will always take a stand
Getting an hourly devil's mark.
for the people
Somewhat.
of the land. Let's go back to when we were young. For the animals we stand. Let's go back to when trees were swung. Kids across
Oh, that's a lot of volume right there too.
Savannah. I'm coming home, Savannah. We'll never be alone, Savannah. The beauty of the world, Savannah. Let's all take a ride, Savannah.
Yep, and there goes your previous day high. Let's see if we can get a reversal. See if we can reclaim this previous day high.
I'm coming home, Savannah. We'll never be alone, Savannah.
We do need to get back above was it Asia? Yeah, Asia highs though. Getting a change in market structure. Alright, let's see if this holds. Again, we have preferred a wick below previous day high. Still not getting too much strong delta. It's a nice candle. We're still below PH on NQ though. I think shorts might start getting squeezed. Alright, let's try this again. Got those equals highs up there. People are trying to slap the ask. This candle has some negative delta though. I'll try on futures too.
Order filled.
Nice bounce in Tesla. I want to grab some more, to be honest. Yeah, Delta's becoming positive. Looking not too bad right now. God damn Tesla. Yeah, that 420 area. It was hard to grab though when indices were still selling off. It was like a weird divergence between Tesla and the indices. See if we can get a short squeeze with a big pop over 7,500. That's kind of why I typically prefer trading SPY, because if it's too slow, especially with theta. Right, we are going to get theta decay because we were like 23 points away. It's definitely possible though. Yeah, if this was SPY, our contracts would have been up a lot more than 6-7%. Good positive delta coming in. And let's get a push here. This is the opening price right here. Alright, get ready to trim. Trim one with strength here. Alright, 4 left. Let's get a nice push over 7,500, over 7498.25. Looking for this nice little push to take out some of these equal highs. Where are we at on futures? Alright, I'm bringing this back to break even. Back to 6%. Still holding above VWAP and the 15-minute orb level, so not going to stop out yet. Looking for at least 74, 84. Right where VWAP is. My god, Qualcomm. Positive delta is coming in, but it needs to, these buyers need to get rewarded. We need some volatility and volume here. So nice little push here. If we can get above this, 7,500, that would be a good spot. Getting ready to trim though. Just do a limit. There we go. Can I get that trim? I should just mark it ordered. Damn. Definitely should have just market ordered. Just $10 too. But we're still in this. Structure still is fine. A lot of volume here. Buyers are trying again. Saw volume move up. So price trying to get support at 74.97. It's definitely a battle right here. Moving up my stop on futures. Sellers are stuffing in. That's kind of crazy, right? That we got in somewhere around here and going all the way up there, we're basically break even. Because they're trading SPX instead of SPY. Yeah, this was SPY, we would be up like way more. Trying to see how these orders behave. Like right now they are not getting absorbed, it's actually rejecting. Going at VWAP. Structure is still fine. It's an internal liquidity sweep. Looking like it. Yeah, that's why I added. See the buying volume stepping in. Sellers were not getting reward right there. Delta kind of flipped. Let's pull back. I want to get another one. Yep. Yeah, it's gonna push. That was up more than that. Oh, I guess I did take those 2 losses. Definitely taking longer than I would like. We're not getting any kind of follow through or momentum. Sellers trying again. It is gonna be bad for this. Yeah, she went with Q's or something. Q's or Spy. Here we are holding opening price as support. Still feel like we're holding price as support. We do have a kind of like a Delos mark on here. Like we have a lower wick, so as long as this holds, we should be good. If we get a closure below this, then that's bad. Definitely a lot of people trying to sell here at 74.95. Alright, we're at 10:53. Hopefully we get this push right before the lunch hour. It looks like it's getting absorbed. This is in 1500, 1400, now we're in 1300s. So the next one would be 74.98, where we have a lot of orders there too.
covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love every
1286 now.
fire spreading all around my room. My world's
Start
so
inching at
bright,
that 7498. Oh, look at that delta.
it's alright. Hush.
That was a lot. Alright, our seller's stepping away to make room. There we go.
Take my eyes open
Nice push. Keep pushing.
reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles.
Alright, 4 left.
profanities.
Put those at 6.6 now.
Than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright.
Yeah, we basically got through that wall, I hope.
I wanna taste your content, hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption.
Yeah, trading SPX, you definitely need a lot more impulsive moves instead of the slow grind up. Unless you are in the money. It's looking good. We like a close above 74, but VWAP basically.
Wanna be
On a 5 minutes, so we have 2 minutes to get a close above that.
just picking up daisies. Got one too many quarters in my pockets. Count 'em like the four-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied laces, yeah. Just tripping on daydreams. Got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nursery and capture.
Music ended. Is that a sign? This area was the inverse fair value gap that brought us lower, that took out liquidity, so we do have to be careful here. Hence the stops. de-risking just a little bit. De-risking only because, like I said, this is the inverse fair value gap that kind of brought us lower. But if we trade through this, we should be seeing a pretty sustained rally. Yeah, Amazon is not showing what we want to see with this trend. Need to hold this London level. Don't like the upper wick without the bottom wick though. This is taking long as hell. Could have just played that Tesla. So nice positive delta. I think shorts are getting squeezed hard. We're getting close to our profit target on NQ2. I'm gonna keep raising my stop. We're up. How many points? Over 120 points. Probably not good fills. How about that? Set one for 8. There we go. Finally got a good fill. Probably should have just did that from the beginning. Alright, just one runner, 27%. Probably keep my stop around 7.2. 7. Give us some room. I mean, we are pretty green for the week. We're almost at... looks like we went through the inverse fair value gap. So let's see this hold. Only up like 500 bucks for today. I am curious. Let me look at my entry. What I'm curious about is I want to know if I 1048. What's a 4? Oh, is it this? 4 or 5? Yeah. So 1029 was my entry. I want to see if I got this on SPY at 1029, what would have been the result? First, I need to see what was SPY at during the time to see what kind of truck. Oh, there goes Amazon. This is moving. Where's Amazon? 270. Where are we at? I need like 25 contracts at a time. Alright, if we get a pullback. Start. Alright, start with 25 contracts and we'll do 5 or so contracts at a time. We start dipping down. Yeah, this reclaim was what I was looking for. If we do pull back, I will add. But stop out below VWAP. Alright. 10:29. So that's 7:45. Probably like 7:46, 7:47. Yeah, right position on Amazon as a starter. But yeah, I get stopped off SPX. Oh no.
I wanna take it all in, I'm falling. The cityscape by night, wanna catch in my photos.
So those contracts at 10:29 were about 1.4. Went hit 2. Yep. 2 more minutes for this candle.
Tomorrow feels a year away, like the seconds, the beginning and the end. But if in time it's yesterday, your picture's gonna bring it home to me again. The world is waiting up, the world is waiting half a step beyond our door. And if it's
Probably not the best average, but if this level holds at the bottom, that's why I started averaging there.
I wanna take it all in, I'm falling. The cityscape by night, wanna catch in my photos. Where you go, every corner twice as bright. They'll be my treasures forever. When I can't hold you tight, I'll see the Stockholm lights. The Stockholm lights, the Stockholm lights.
Ideally, we shouldn't get below this 29668 level on NQ. Right, because there's a pivot level before. Well, not pivot, but it was a lower high in a downtrend. There is some rotation into SPY, it seems. Well, SPY is just slightly stronger right now. Tesla rejecting a resistance level. Try to go for his previous day high. And really, I want ERL at 270. See if we can get it. Three to 1 RR. Yep. Try to get a trim at previous day high. 269.48. Hopefully that goes for the pushes on futures. Only up 5%. It's kind of, yeah, small position. I want to add some more to it. We will be patient. Just a slow grind up.
difficult if we try to be a negative bull. Yeah, we could be taking control. Yeah, if we try to believe in anything greater than a miracle, it wouldn't be this difficult if we try to be a negative bull. Yeah, we could be taking control. Negative bull. Yeah, we could be taking control.
Gotta be honest, this is a pretty boring day. It's a lot of patience for sure, though. We're almost at our profit target on NQ, but if anything, I might trail them. So let me look for the next level. 29741. Again, really looking for that 15-minute orb high at least. Get rid of all these fair value gaps from before. So they've all been mitigated. $32%. We're at 8.6. I'm gonna raise my stop. Damn, some of those earlier 7.5, 7.4, but you do need to manage your risk. Just got a nice push on Amazon. We are absorbing orders that was in the accumulation zone here at the open, so kind of makes sense that we are stalling just a little bit. Because I can't imagine that we just ripped through all that volume. Because this was considered like a balanced price range. Yeah, got the pullback too. Oh, we did close our 5-minute candle. So there is a chance that we go back and retest that. Right, like this area. 268.86 to 67-ish. Still kind of more. My average position size is usually like 3 to 5K. We're at half that, but it is a Friday. flow volume. You just got to stay, manage the risk. If we do dip down there, then I will grab some more, but I think I should not average up. I have a 5-minute basin candle OCR. Oops. About to hit our stop. 7.5. Unless we do get the bounce off of the previous high. A lot of selling volume just came in. Nice little bounce so far. Not to mention we have all this volume right there. A little bit of divergence right now between ES and NQ. Not too much. Again, we could come back down here to retest that London high, which also coincides with the value area high at 29,660, and then the fair value gap that was created. Let's see. Getting a little bit of selling pressure here on Amazon.
Stop filled.
Alright, looks like we got out of our NQ longs. Don't tell me we just got whipped out. It's kind of like I hope I still have my Amazon. I mean, my SPX. Alright, we're at VWAP and that structural high from earlier. Alright, let's see if we can get a hold here. We do get a hold here, we could create this higher low. Try to get a reclaim above VWAP. Meanwhile, SPX is still going. Just looking good. don't see why we can't hit our high today. Alright. We just tapped into the consequent encroachment of that fair value gap, so we'll see if this holds. Contracts. Guess we can set a stop at 0.29. It's like I wouldn't want us to dip below that. Where we got in 34. SPX is still going. 54%. Oh, it's close where we almost got stopped out. I'm gonna raise my stop though. 8.5. Looking for this new high day. So far, it's been an hour-long hold. It's crazy. Yeah, we just got this runner. That was the entry. It's crazy. Yep, nice hold so far. Can we get a push up? Okay, we've got a market structure shift here on the 15-second. There's fair value gap. Hold of a 5-minute fair value gap. There's a lot of confluence here. We're all about to hit our 15-minute orb high. And it does suck that we... Wow. That stop. FVGs on FVGs. So as long as this holds now, there's our stop. Good stop, decent. Was it though? Alright, let's see what happens with these Amazon contracts. Again, I would want the previous day high trim. That'll be the first one. Some sellers are trying there. Some slight negative delta. Could be just a pullback though. I'll raise my stop. Don't want to raise it too much in case we do pull back. It's our next OCR.
Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down
270 strike, right? Yep. Taking a while.
the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up. Tonight we gonna light it up, baby. Tonight we gonna light it up just like the sunrise.
We're just gonna chop around before we get a push. Either way, we did not take out any liquidity from that 15-minute orb level. Like I would want us to at least break the previous high of the day, and we did not do that on either NQ or ES. So looking to at least take that out before any kind of retracement, because we're so close. That's not to say that we can't, because this area essentially becomes a supply zone. Let's see how this OCR works. So far it's holding. Yeah, looking for 269.49. We can get a nice big push on the indices. We should get the same on Amazon, hopefully. Yeah, NVIDIA reclaimed VWAP and a critical level. It's 217.80. You can see here that the OCR rule kept getting respected. Like every single higher high we made, the lower high respected the previous higher high. So you can see here, 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 and now here. So that's why we're looking for another one up to at least take out the 15-minute orb level. Hopefully we just continue the trend, but I expect at some point that we get some sort of pullback. But I mean, either way, we have a lot of trend line liquidity, which is part of the issue of being long. So like risk-wise, this is not really good to be long at the very top without any kind of pullback, right? So that's why I'm looking for one good push to scale out of a lot of the contracts on Amazon. Yeah, as long as we hold this, the 7509, we can then see a push up to 7516. We also have the 7511 large volume node right here, which is the supply area. Let's see, we hold is 268.89. Thea's kicking in. Looking like an internal liquidity sweep. Looking at the 15-second, that's what it's definitely showing. This was the tap that, 15-second relative to 1 minute. 1 minute is the higher time frame that we tapped into. If anything, if I need to close this position, I will close it with this market sell. Yeah, this fair value gap needs to be respected. It would suck if we take a loss on this because of the SPX really gave us a lot more, some pretty good gains on that. Some negative delta coming in. Let's see if it's just a liquidity sweep. Remember this whole area that we were struggling to get past, and we're definitely way above it. We do have kind of like at the 7500 level, a bunch of kind of unfilled orders, but you can see that this is a very low volume area from 7500 all the way to 7504. So there is a chance that we revisit that. Yeah, pretty large pull flag basically on the 5-minute. The main issue is theta. Decent amount of negative delta in some of the candles prior, but we also have a lot of positive delta too. You can see a lot of negative delta here. Then if you look back a little bit more, see like 310, 144. So it's basically just a big battle still. Still holding and respecting some of these levels.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways. And on we'll go.
Oh, this Amazon this tree is taking a long, long time. About to hit our lunch hour too. Again, Thea's definitely kicking in. There really is absolutely no reason to try to short yet, especially if we haven't taken out liquidity. I mean, can we see a pullback? Yes, but the probability, at least it's not my setup to just try to call the tops and bottoms like that without any kind of confirmation or indication that we can reverse. Like, to me, we're still maintaining structure, and if anything, this is going to be, you know, continued internal liquidity sweeps until proven otherwise. We are seeing negative delta right now, so let's see. Getting a little mini 5-minute. Yeah. But we're reclaiming. I just want to get some QQQ or SPY calls. Yeah, just light position. Just going for that orb. Would stop out below the OCR. Yeah, I like this so far. We are currently holding that, and we can engulf that previous bearish candle. That would be good. Was it 2K worth? Okay, yep. It's almost kind of like a make or break because we're in long on both positions. We'd want the pump to happen for both. And that would be it. You really need this little 1 minute fair value gap to hold. It's kind of weird that it's different on SPX than it is on ES. Tesla bouncing at PDH. If this can get a nice continued push, hopefully Amazon and SPY follows. Yeah, you can see that there's a lot of a big battle here. It just needs to get this 29,679 level just needs to stay. You can also see a large volume right here at 7508.75 on ES. It's a lot of limit orders. If that holds, we should get a nice pop. Just looking for some sort of continuation, because we have not gotten one yet. So you got two sides. Like this whole range of 7511. If that can get absorbed, we should see a nice rally up higher, so there's not much more resistance after that. Would really like this to maintain. Would not want. We could see a retest of 269.24. We have been closing above that level, so we can get a continuation pop there. Big battle area right now. Relatively decent volume bar right there. Oh. Sold off right after though. It's actually quite a lot of volume. That's a lot of volume. See what happens. Or we get back above those sellers. If sellers are not aggressive enough and getting rewarded then then we should see a pop. Right now it's kind of stagnating a little bit. There's a rescue run, right, of holding through those. Like seeing those pops, you can take and incur even bigger loss. But yeah, we would get back above here, 75.11. Just think about it, right? Like right now, what just happened was sellers were super aggressive. They tried to push price down, even below that OCR level, underneath 75.09. So now that they weren't rewarded, what's happening is that they are getting, they have to buy to cover, which is going to essentially raise price up even higher, right? Which is what you can see. So if we stay above that, which was one of those key areas for sellers earlier, this is where you would see continuation to the upside, because they got enough liquidity below that level, below this accumulation range, to move higher. So you can see right now they're making another attempt to bring price back down. Slightly large negative delta at the negative 193, but you can see that the buyers are actually outpacing them, so they are getting a little bit crushed. So they're still trying. You can see the negative delta. We can see that the buyers keep stepping in. Pretty strong. No follow through on Amazon still. Oh, there's a nice pop. We can maintain 75.11 now as support, which was resistance where sellers were factored in. Then we should be able to see price go higher. $75.09 is the last line of defense, really. Yeah, right now they are trying. You can see a lot of negative delta here, but they keep trying and trying. But what that means is that they are not getting rewarded. So you can see negative divergence between the cumulative delta and the actual price on NQ. So looking for a nice big pop here. On ES, however, cumulative delta is actually rising. So that's where you're seeing some of the divergence between ES and NQ. Yeah, all the sellers are just kind of getting absorbed right now. They are being very aggressive. Tesla's pushing. Yeah, should have played Tesla instead of Amazon. Jeez. Alright, this is back to where those sellers are factored into. So we just need to hold this as support. Still trying. Like a lot of negative delta on both. Pull back on Tesla. Yeah, this is so choppy. Really trying. Hopefully I don't get stopped out of Amazon just from Theta alone. Which is looking very likely. This is also a bad time because it's lunch hour. So you're gonna get even more decreased volume. Keep getting those sudden drops. No follow through. Red for a day right now. We're up like 800. Yeah, like the higher time frame. It's pretty decent. Holding this 5-minute fair value gap. Just a theta. Right, because we built structure and demand at pre-market lows. Yes, we can drop down, but alright. Definitely need to exit. Yeah, we should not have gone back down here. Alright, SPY. This might have to be it for the day. If we had to exit this. I will be keeping an eye out on Amazon throughout the day. Yeah, meanwhile, you have Tesla, which is like way stronger. Positive delta reclaimed back above. Well, do is actually just put a stop at 70. Oops. Did it just drop? Yep. See if we get a inverse fair value gap here. Just gonna be ready just in case. So I still don't believe any of these drops. Alright, let's see what this does. Alright, that's it. We are down 1600 for a day. Could be better. I don't know, I still don't trust this short side until we actually sweep some real liquidity. Yeah, this volume is pretty dead. Alright, we'll end the stream here. Hope you all enjoyed the commentary. If you guys want to trade with us, feel free to check out the link in the description below. Till then, see you guys in 2 weeks. Enjoy Memorial Day. Peace out.